Welcome back, people. Alright, last time we left off, we had just... Well, let's take a look. Princess Daisy here has completed 5 gym badges. And we're working our way towards Fortree City for the next gym badge. We take a look here at the map. We got our encounter from Route 118 and our encounter from Route 119. With that said, I realized after the fact there are a couple of things that we haven't gotten to quite yet, but we totally could take some time for. So we're going to switch up our party real quick, bring in some of the new guys temporarily, because we haven't done much of anything when it comes to the stuff that we can do by surfing around Hoenn. And while we're not going to bother with some things, like we're not going to enter New Mauville there, since there's nothing that we need in there. We will, however, mainly do so. If we take a look at our map here, we'll mostly do a quick skim through some of the stuff on routes 105 through 109. All that stuff down there that we have yet to visit. I've also done a little bit of theory crafting for some of the fights that we haven't gotten to yet, but that we will be getting to. We're going to go ahead and just buy 8 copies of Secret Power. There are a few Pokemon that we might want to use it on. Welcome to the stream, Brittle Lizard and Bee Marching. And unfortunately, we've gotten really terrible luck this run as far as Hidden Power types, so Hidden Power isn't looking to be very useful at present. But if nothing else, we can have a few on hand if we decide at some specific time that we need those. Right now, we'll just teach Luigi here Secret Power as a main stab. Even with that minus attack nature, having a stab move is a nice thing to have. Is a nice thing. And now let's visit some places here on the ocean. We will need to be careful, and in fact, I'm going to go ahead and cut down the speed real quick. Because there are a lot. I thought I had pressed the button for the item finder, but it wasn't responding. Anyway. There are a lot of trainers floating about the ocean, and while we do technically have a pretty good matchup into most of them, thanks to having... Hang on. Thanks to having a grass type with us, it would still probably be best not to get into random battles while we're leading with our two weakest Pokémon. If nothing else, we can go ahead and replace a lot of their items with citrus berries that we now have access to, which are a nice step up from the orange berries we've been stuck with this entire time. Hey, we got a heart scale. That was the main reason that we're coming this way. I didn't really bring it up, but I realized that it would be very nice to have a few heart scales. Oh, I think I know where the heart scale is. It's... Wait. Yeah, basically, we could use a few heart scales. Unfortunately, Yoshi here is incredibly slow. Oh, and we have all of the rare candies that we can carry. So let's go ahead and use a couple of these. We'll get these two to 29. One thing that I did off stream was go ahead and add some EVs to... Oh, welcome to the stream, Lastborn, and thank you for the hydrate. I went ahead and added some EVs to all of the Pokemon that we've had for a while. Just because I've been doing a bunch of leveling with rare candies, and because of that, they've been missing out on effort values that they would have gotten from standard grinding. I always thought this was a pretty interesting location. I'm kind of curious what it looks like in, say, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Oh, we can't use that. There's no point going in that room. So yeah, we can technically go underwater there once we have the dive TM. I think it gives us access to like the deep sea tooth or the deep sea scale, one of the two. Well, it probably gives us access to both, and then we can only use one of the two. Well, I'm not sure. These games do have a tendency to make things like that version exclusive, so they only give one to anyone. Anyway, that guy wants a scanner. Which I think we can get from the storage room. No, we got the TM for Ice Beam, which we already had, so there was really not much point in coming here. Oh well, anyway, it's a cool location regardless. Welcome back to Dewford Town. We'll stop here and heal up the Pokemon. I will be honest. I see where people are coming from when they say that Hoenn has too much water. I don't agree. I don't think that it really has a significant negative impact on the gameplay. But I do wish that surfing were faster. I think that would be a positive change to the gameplay. Oh. Oh, this is one of the locations where you can find one of the Reggie trio. I think this one is Regice. So yeah, if we wanted to solve that puzzle, we could, like, technically the Reggies are all single-stage Pokemon, making them sort of legal encounters. No, I'm not. I'm not going to catch the legendaries. I think we can win this run without them. Well, anyway, now we have some heart scales in case we need to get moves retaught. Okay, there's like one more area that we can visit with surfing. And I'll admit, this area is a tad on the sneaky side. That was quick. So yeah, all the way up here. Well, no, this area we've been to before. This area isn't that much on the sneaky side. The sneaky area is up here. So that beach that we were on just there is right after you exit Mount... Oh, right after you exit the mountain where we found Lunatone that I can't recall the name of. Oh, I didn't mean to get into this battle. I wonder if they ever considered giving more room in the bag. Nope. Oh, hey, that's the TM for Focus Punch. I can't remember if there's anything useful up there, but we can't get up there because we have the Acro Bike instead of the Mach Bike. Dang it, I kind of need to know. So this is Route 115. It doesn't look like it's gonna be anything important. And there we are, back where we started. Alright, let's go ahead and use a couple more rare candies just to get these two up to speed. Yes, magical leaf, nice. Oh, I almost forgot to put my team back to semi-normal. Speaking of which, let's figure out what Pokemon will be good for clearing the upcoming route, or at least the trainers that we more or less have to face on that route. Looks like we got a bunch of bug types, with the guys wandering in the bushes. And we've got some grass types, so among other things, we're definitely going to want Torkoal. And it does look like we're going to face some bird keepers. We have a rival battle on this route, but it's not until after the Weather Institute, so yeah, let's swap Plusle into the mix as well. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Especially not when I'm leading my fire type. To be honest, I don't even think Carvanha has water type moves in its level up moveset, but still. Fun fact, in this area, there are, I think, 4 random tiles chosen where you can encounter a Feebas, and that is the only method of encountering Feebas in this game. And they're chosen every day. So the game just remixes. So now we're getting into the bits of the game where occasionally they throw terrain at us that can only be handled by one bike or the other, and depending on which bike we have when we reach it, we may or may not be able to clear it. In this case, because we have the bike that can hop, we can get over there. Can't believe I just managed that on speed up. Also, acrobike can't move. Bikes can't move through those through patches of tall grass. They can only move through patches of normal grass. Hello? Alright. We're gonna switch Bowsette up front and fight this person, because if not, we're going to accidentally walk in front of her at a random time that's unhelpful. Let's see what you're going for. And you know what? Yeah, same thing. Sometimes I just find it better to clear the spinners than to rely on myself to dodge them correctly every time. That guy to the left there is a bird keeper, and while we do have a decent matchup into him, I'd kind of prefer to avoid him. Especially since there's no reason to fight him if we don't have the Mach Bike. What's this guy packing? Nincada, Coughing, and Ninjask. Oh. Sure, evasion boost all you want. Just don't boost anything else. Huh, why does only one bird keeper show up over here? I definitely passed two. So yep, those guys are now blocking the path forward, which forces us here into the Weather Institute. And the first thing that we're going to do is head over here and take a nap. Yeah, they put an easy healing station in here. Okay, let's take a look at the Weather Institute. See what is in here. Shouldn't be anything too problematic. We've got like 2 grunts. One of which has a Zubat. That's looking like the most troublesome thing because it has Confuse Ray. But we got like 2 grunts. And then an admin. The admin fight shouldn't be too much trouble. It's a level 28 Carvana. Which means as long as we can switch into its dark type coverage, we're easy. And then the Mightyena. What does a level 28 Mightyena have? Oh, welcome to the stream, Bob the Tom. Behold the little guy. He's sparkly. Behold Desk Duck. Quack. He quack in a very crystally fashion. There you go. There is the little guy. Honestly, it's really annoying that we don't have a switch into Dark-type moves yet in this run, because they are everywhere. I think our best bet might be Luigi, funnily enough. So, hang on. We'll bring Luigi onto the team. We don't really have any reason to have Rosalina around. And we'll definitely want our grass types present because they have a good matchup into Team Aqua. And yeah, we'll bring in Waluigi as just a general hard-hitting option. Okay, let's see. Let's make sure everyone has citrus berries or something else useful. Go ahead and give you a Persimberry. And you know what? We'll give you a Persimberry as well. Who's faster? It's Bulb, right? Not Yoshi. Yeah, but Bulb is almost twice as fast. Okay, so we can avoid that guy or that guy. Honestly, between the two, I think this person only has one Pokemon. I almost said this person only has one weapon, which doesn't feel like a very nice way to talk about Pokemon. So. Oh, so it's 3 grunts. Four grunts? How am I getting so confused here? Is the other dude just not there to battle? Hang on, now I gotta test something. You know what? I'm also gonna go heal. It's the thing about being in here, it's so easy to go and heal that there's not really a good reason not to heal between every fight. Okay, well, the admin is definitely the only one left, so level 28 Carvana and level 28 Mightyena. Mightyena is definitely more dangerous. It has Stab, Bite, and Swagger. Now we should be able to easily take advantage of the Carvana if we need to, but I don't think we'll want to set up on it because, you know, scary face for cutting the speed of anything that we use against it. So I think the smart option would just be to lead with something that can take it out in one shot. Use Bulb to drop a Leech Seed on the Mightyena, and then... yeah, that makes sense. So, Bulb one-shots the Carvana with Magical Leaf, drops a Leech Seed on the Mightyena, and potentially a Stun Spore if we think we can get away with it. Well, no, if we know we can get away with it. And then we'll want to bring in... I think Luigi is our best bet because Luigi will be able to gain resistance to Dark-type moves by taking a Bite attack. Welcome to the stream, Rafkin. I do love me the Phoenix City theme. Okay, we got Swaggered. And we didn't get Swaggered the first turn, so we should be safe to go for a Stun Spore. And now we're Swaggered again, so let's go ahead and switch out. I mean, it doesn't really matter what we have in that much. This thing is pretty thoroughly neutered now, especially since it's feeding us HP. Alright, now we get to learn something. So, this guy is trying to give us a Pokemon, and the Pokemon he's trying to give us is a legal encounter, but we do already have an encounter for the route outside here. See, we caught Yoshi here on Route 119, and this Weather Institute is on Route 119. So with that said, I don't know if we'll be able to actually use this Pokemon, but we're going to take it and see what the encounter location is. So cast form is Route 119. Okay, can't use it. We can take that Mystic Water, though. And now for our next concern. We need to figure out how we're going to deal with the rival battle coming up. So, we started off as... Hold up. I need to make sure that I am not looking at the Emerald information, for one thing. Okay, so we are playing the female character because we're Princess Daisy, which means it's rival Brendan, and we started with a Mudkip that magically turned into Boo the Sableye. So he has Grovyle, which means it's going to be a level 29 Numel to lead, which will have both Ember and Magnitude. I think our best bet there is just to try and deal with it quickly. I think Rosalina might be our best bet for that one. He has a Wailmer, which shouldn't be too much trouble as long as whatever grass type we send in to face it is carrying a Person Berry to protect from the odd Water Pulse confusion. And then Grovyle isn't that threatening. I think, in all honesty, I think Bubulb and Rosalina should be able to deal with this pair pretty well. Rosalina resists fire-type moves and is immune to ground-type moves, as well as Numel's normal-type coverage, and should be able to absolutely wreck with Psychic. We have Bubulb, who resists water-type moves, and 4 times resists Grovyle's Leaf Blade. We'll have Waluigi and Luigi in the back. Yeah, that should be a pretty good setup. Want to give Waluigi a Citrus Berry. Alright, let's go and face our rival. And that does necessitate switching to the correct music. In case you were ever wondering, this is exactly what plays in a Gen 3 trainer's mind at all times. This is the second to last rival battle with this rival in the entire game. We still have the Victory Road battle against Wally. So he's probably going to bring in his Grovyle next. Luckily, we're at high enough health. Oh no, he brought in Whalmer. What do you know? Okay, Bubble, you're up. Yeah, we're at high enough health that we could have... And there's the confusion. The prophesized confusion. We were at high enough health, I was going to say, that we could switch out even if Grovyle decided to use Pursuit. I think it would have taken a critical hit Pursuit to kill our Lunatone from that point. And that's assuming he went for that and not Leaf Blade, which he should, because it's fat. It would do more damage. Now, rather than take another of those, we're gonna go into Waluigi. And that's why. Because there's the critical hit Pursuit. You're gonna die, boy. But yeah, I didn't want to stay in because he could chip away at us with Pursuit, and a couple of crits would mean that we wouldn't be safe to switch out. As demonstrated right there, we switched out on the last turn when we would have been safe to do so, even considering a crit. Alright, we got the TM for Fly. Go ahead and heal up. And let's start looking at the Four Tree City Gym. Well, you know what? We don't need to check that quite yet. We'll just finish the route first. So yeah, imagine fishing on every single tile on this route in order to get one of the 4 random water tiles that happens to have a Feebas. Stop there. And some of those water tiles are up a waterfall, which means it's entirely possible to not have access to the Feebas tiles until after you've beaten 8 gyms. Because that's definitely a necessary restriction on an at best decent on an at best decent water type, bulky water type. Let's go into Luigi. don't know what those berries are, but I want them. These guys have a tendency to have poison types. I didn't look up what he had, I kinda just guessed. Hang on a sec. I suppose we don't really need the rival music anymore. We finished that fight. Alright. As far as Pokemon that are good for the flying type gym, what we're going to do is just take out the Pokemon that are bad for the flying type gym. That being the grass types. Truthfully, there's a chance that we might want the grass types, but I don't think that will come up while we're clearing out a path to the gym leader. Oh, you know, one thing. There is an obstruction if we want to get into the gym, so we're going to have to go a little way past the town. Hang on. Let's neum around the town and see if anyone has anything useful to give us. Because we can actually go ahead and get another encounter before facing the gym leader. And we can visit the shop and sell a couple of useless items. And buy some Ultra Balls. Yeah, these guys just sell furniture for the secret bases. I never got that attached to the secret base concept. It's a fun idea, but it's never really fit into my strategy for playing Pokemon. So yeah, that's the person who was getting a letter from his girlfriend in, whatchamacallit, Dewford. And there is our encounter. And I just realized I don't... Crap. Does this thing know Whirlwind by level up right now? Level 27... No, it doesn't know Whirlwind by level up. For some reason I thought it did, but I think I was just wrong. Anyway. What moves does it have? Quick Attack, Razor Wind, Bite, and Sword Stance. So the only move it can use against Sableye is Bite, which isn't boosted by Sword Stance. So let's start throwing Ultra Balls. Yeah, we got it. But now, who will that one be? What are we gonna name Absol? It's male. I'll think, which Mario character are we going to give the name Absol? Are we going to name Absol after? Because we already have Boo. You know what? This is completely irrelevant to anything relating to this guy. I just kind of want to name him Goombario. I think that's alright. If someone comes up with a better name for him a little bit down the line, that's fine, but at the moment, he's Goombario. Anyway, we're gonna switch Watt up front for this next battle. Because we're getting attacked by a Kecleon, and I wanted the speed to run away. So yeah, we got the Devon Scope. Oh, it's a Surskit. It's so cute. You just see him, he was a little guy with little legs, and he'd do a swish swish. So, one thing that I should mention is that at this point we could go and get 2 more encounters, I believe. Because we could go and visit the Safari Zone, where I think we will want to try to encounter a Heracross. Or we could visit Mount Pyre right here and track down a Chimecho. But neither of those really do anything specifically for this upcoming gym battle, so I'm probably just going to hold off until it's a little bit more convenient. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and visit the Four-Tree Gym. I mean, there is one thing we want to ask ourselves, which is, do we want to include Absol in our team for this gym? But honestly, it's not going to do anything all that specific either. And I'd kind of like to keep Absol as safe as possible, because it gets a few useful moves that are going to be advantageous down the line. Specifically, it's one of our few boosting Pokemon with natural Sword Stance by level up. It also gets access to Taunt by level up. And it learns Perish Song down the line, which I could see being very helpful. Now, with that in mind, let's go ahead and look at the Four-Tree City Gym. Hang on. Supposedly we can get a mental herb somewhere here in town. Also, basically none of the trainers in this gym are avoidable, so best to remember that. One thing we can do is finally teach Ice Beam to Lunatone. That's right, we have a rock that is able to shoot ice. That is something that I am very prepared to drop Hypnosis for. Ice and Psychic coverage is surprisingly really good. We could also technically teach it to Luigi here, but I don't know if we will. At the very least, while we're making our way through the gym trainers, we won't bother yet. Oh, and her Altaria is 34. I thought it was 33. This girl has a Swablu. Should be easy enough to one-shot. The next dude has Talo and Swellow, so I'm going to go ahead and lead Lunatone. And then back to Watt. Oh, I guess we could have avoided that battle. And we can avoid that one. Yay. No, we can't. Yes, we can. Yay. Yeah, we definitely want to avoid that guy. He has a Swellow, and Swellow has a chance of winning the matchup with my Plusle, because my Plusle stats are just abysmal. And Plusle is a genuinely good Pokemon. Okay, let's take a look at what we want to do for Winona. So, the main thing to be aware of, I think I have, yeah, I have Winona highlighted here. Okay. So, despite having Pokemon that match up well into it, we definitely want to be wary of her Swellow in the lead. Her Pokemon are Swellow, Pelipper, Skarmory, and Altaria. Pelipper's definitely the weakest of these. It's also probably the only one that we're going to deal with using Plusle for sure. Go back to Personberry. So yeah, it's the only one that we're going to deal with using Plusle. The only one that we're definitely going to deal with using Plusle. There is a chance that if Skarmory comes out, we use it. Now, we're going to want a Cherry Berry on Rosalina, weirdly enough. That's because Rosalina's whole purpose in this matchup is to deal with the Dragon Dancing Altaria in the back, which is incredibly dangerous, and I really don't want to put anyone else in front of that thing. So, with that said, I'm kind of leaning toward leading Boo into the Swellow, simply because Boo has Fake Out for some early chip damage, and Feint Attack for guaranteed hits even if Swellow starts setting up double teams. And Swellow can only hit it with one move, Aerial Ace, as opposed to Quick Attack and Endeavor, which are the moves that really make this Swellow dangerous. So Endeavor lowers my Pokemon's HP to match that of the Pokemon it's facing. Which means it can do a number on anything, especially since Swellow has pretty low base HP. Let's see here real quick. Yeah, so it hits a total of 85 HP maximum, which is lower than most of my Pokemon can go. Watt accepted. But I don't want Watt taking a potential critical hit Quick Attack, because that could unironically kill our squishy little light bulb. And if it takes any hits before being... If it takes any hits before... Why are words not functioning? If it takes any hits before using Endeavor and survives them, then it's going to be able to do really massive damage with Endeavor. So it's very dangerous to try and have anything that isn't a ghost type take on that Swellow. But I feel reasonably confident that with some extra recovery from Citrus Berry, and given Swellow's overall frailty, and the ability to get some chip damage in, and potentially even some pivoting if we absolutely have to use repeated fake outs, we should be able to take that one down. Now, how many potions does Winona pack? It's not saying anything about potions in her... Oh, there it is. Ruby and Sapphire, 2 hyper potions. They've got things out of order. Okay. So there's a chance we may have to burn through those, but I don't think it's that big of a chance. And we should be alright. There isn't too much that really can go wrong here, other than Plusle getting worn down by Pelipper and Skarmory if it takes too many hits to kill them. I want to check something. Kecleon, can you learn Thunderbolt? You can. Okay, we're going to teach Kecleon Thunderbolt. As a bit of backup special attacking potential. Which means we're going to need to swap in a Pokemon so that we can make our way back to Mauville. Something was telling me we were going to need to make this trip at least one extra time. Weirdly enough, we don't have any flying types, so we will have to get an HM Slave specifically for flying. Either that or just cheat the move Fly onto Zigzagoon. Okay, Game Corner, I would like one of your finest Thunderbolts, please. That is 4,000 coins. Alright, give me a second to buy 4,000 coins. Okay, that was Thunderbolt. Good. Alright, now we have Thunderbolt. We can put that on Luigi, just as a bit of a backup plan. Yeah, we'll drop Psybeam for it. That's less useful overall than having a guaranteed hit move. Now, it'll only be about half the power of Plusles, but the positive is that Luigi can probably take more hits from Skarmory. As weird as that sounds, given what resists both of Skarmory's moves. Anyway. That's just in case we need to switch in something to finish the job. We also have Bowsette, which switches in well against Skarmory. And assuming she can hit, we'll have a pretty good matchup into her. Honestly, as wild as it is, this should be one of the easier matchups, one of the easier gym battles in this run. Okay, hang on. This is saying level 33. Cerebi is saying level 34. What's Bulbapedia saying? Bulbapedia is also saying level 33. So I guess we're gonna go with level 33. I'm glad that I didn't get reckless with the experience. Knockoff would be nice, but I don't think I have room for it. I mean, hypothetically, I could replace Detect. I don't know if there's anything specific. Well, Detect is probably more useful overall. Not many opponents in this game carry items. And if we desperately need it at some point, we can back up for the move Relearner. Ooh, Iron Defense. Iron Defense versus Curse. That is a tough call. I think at present, I probably have slightly more use for Curse. Alright, we'll double check our items and then we will head into the gym. Also, we'll double check our team order. Got a Citrus Berry on Boo to help take some extra hits from Swellow. We got Fake Out and Feint Attack as our attacking moves for Boo. We got a Person Berry on Watt because I'm kind of assuming that we'll get unlucky and switch in on a hit from Supersonic, even though it's like 55% accurate. And of course we have Thunderbolt, which is Thunderbolt, and technically Encore is an option, but not a good one in this case. We have Waluigi, who is there for various potential role filling, shall we say. hang on. We'll get back to Waluigi. We have... Yeah, let's put these in order of if we expect to use them. So we have Rosalina there with a Cherry Berry to avoid getting paralyzed by Dragon Breath. Altaria is, as far as I know, hard-coded to go for Dragon Dance turn 1, so we shouldn't have any issues switching in. We just then have to take Dragon Breath or potential Aerial Ace, but since we resist Aerial Ace, even at +1, I kind of doubt that that'll be what she goes for, though our special defense stat could have an impact there. And if that goes bad, then this whole thing gets a little bit wild. Do we want... I think that the Cherry Berry is the right call. I think that she'll be going for Dragon Breath once Rosalina is in. And if she doesn't, I imagine that she would need to crit with at least one Aerial Ace, possibly two, in order to get the 2-hit KO, even after a Dragon Dance. I think this is the smart thing, especially because Ice Beam should get the kill. It should. It's a big should. Yeah. We've got Luigi, who is able to come in on a lot of things thanks to at least decent special defense and plus defense nature, packing a Citrus Berry to help take hits, and carrying Thunderbolt in case we need it to clean up Pelipper or Skarmory. And then we've got Bowsette in there, ready to clean up Skarmory if all else fails, and if we get truly insanely desperate, we could potentially bring in Bowsette to, after something dies, to try and finish off Altaria, or get a lucky paralysis. But if we're going for that, then we're truly giving the match to God at that point. It's like, if we come to that point, we are just going to win or lose on pure luck. Waluigi is kind of just there for desperate scenarios, shall we say. Has a chance to paralyze, could hypothetically come in on Skarmory to deal with that and give some setup or something, but again, honestly, if someone has to die in this match, it's probably gonna be Waluigi. It feels heartless to say that, but these are things that you have to think about prior to the match. Now, I do need to remember to specifically avoid that dude right there. And I should save, since I haven't done that this entire stream. Okay. See, I haven't been making dumb mistakes this stream like I have every other stream of this challenge, but that honestly has me worried because I feel like I'm due. Okay, just to double check, you have a personberry, you have a cherry berry. The rest should all be citrus. Good. I just realized I haven't started the proper music and I'm blurry. Okay. Let's go for this. Start off with a fake out. Then a feint attack. Okay, we're taking that reasonably well. So this should be a 2-hit KO. That's good. Who are we to bring in next? Is it Pelipper? It is Pelipper. Okay. So we switch in Watt, who shouldn't take too much from Aerial Ace or Water Gun. Snags the one-shot with Thunderbolt, presumably. There we go. Now, will she preemptively bring in her Altaria, which has Earthquake, or will she go into Skarmory at this point? She brings in the Altaria. It is going for Dragon Dance, assuming everything I know about this game is correct. Which means we should be safe to go into Rosalina. If she goes for Earthquake, all the better. She went for Earthquake. Nice. Thank you for wasting your first turn. And this should hopefully be a one-shot. It's quad effective, but this thing can be deceptively bulky. There it is. Now the bright side is that she is just going to waste Hyper Potions here while we do the same damage and potentially crit. At this point, I don't think that there's anything that can keep us from winning this match. Except for me just choosing not to battle. I don't think there's anything she can do to keep us from winning this match. I mean, she could switch, but she's not going to. So yeah, even if that had been a crit, we would have been fine. It would have taken more than 2 critical hits to kill Rosalina with Aerial Ace. And we had protection against... We had protection against... whatchamacallit. Paralysis from Dragon Breath. White smoke prevents accuracy loss. There we have it. As insane as this is going to sound, there are some random trainers on the next couple of routes that are probably more threatening to us than Winona was just now. That's because for whatever reason we have a surprisingly decent matchup into flying types. Now, I want to mention that I did think long and hard about which Safari Zone Pokemon I wanted to go for. Because we have Pokéblock manipulation, we have about an 80% chance to get to prevent whichever Pokemon we wind up going for from fleeing, which means that we have a pretty good chance to catch it since we have 30 Pokeballs at that point. And honestly, Girafarig was a serious consideration. Like, just from a general perspective, just from the perspective of overall power and general use in a Nuzlocke, Heracross is clearly the best of the Pokemon that we can go for in the Safari Zone, but at the same time, it's become kind of a staple on Nuzlocke from my channel. I keep having runs that I potentially can get Heracross, and that's not intentional, it just keeps happening. So with that said, I did seriously consider going for Girafarig, especially because it has some really strong points to it, since it's a fairly bulky Pokemon that is capable of hitting decently hard. It has pretty good coverage between Psychic and Giga Drain, nice. Between Psychic and Thunderbolt, and is capable of baton passing important boosts, mainly agility, but also potentially Calm Mind if I want to spend my TM on it. The thing is, we have other normal types, we have other psychic types, multiple of each that we get access to. Admittedly, one of our normal types is dead, and we didn't get cast form, so the only normal type we have access to now is Luigi. We have two psychic types that we get access to in the form of Lunatone and Cast Form, who we don't have yet, but who we will be getting pretty soon here. And we have another Pokemon that is technically capable of baton passing agility boosts, which makes it really hard to justify using Girafarig over just a Pokemon that single-handedly trivializes 2 members of the Elite Four. Okay. Real quick, let's look at trainers here. So we already bypassed the first couple. This is Birdkeeper Colin. He has a Natu and a Swellow. And I went ahead and switched off my Pokemon that are weak to water for this route because... Oh, why did I do that? I was going to wait for him to turn. Yeah, I went ahead and switched out all of the water vulnerable Pokemon on this route because there's permanent rain here, which makes it problematic if I have to take water type hits, and I've got a bunch of water type Pokemon on the team. Now, these 2 people, so we've got one girl with a cast form, and a ninja dude with an Nincada coughing Ninjask set. And if I recall correctly, going past the ninja dude kind of just forces us into the waiting arms of a cool trainer with Milotic, which I don't want to fight on this route. So it's probably going to be cast form here. With that said, we're probably going to want Yoshi. Except cast form can learn ice type coverage, and we're quad vulnerable to that. We'll have Bubulb in front in case we accidentally get caught by this girl. Looks like the person with the Milotic only turns 2 ways. Now we are going to be pretty heavily sticking to the grass here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop a Repel to save time by not having as many random wild Pokemon catch us. Because in Soviet Russia, Pokemon catches you. Can you give me a berry or something? I may or may not need to get a Pokeblock case in order to get a Pokeblock. remember if that's a thing in this game. And I don't recall getting one already. Maybe I did? I think that might be something that's available from... what's his face? The fan club dude in Slateport. I almost got caught by that random ninja. No items round about here. And we are arriving on Route 121. No legal encounters on this route, sadly. Well, I mean, there is, but it's only one that we've already gotten. Kecleon can also be found here. At that same 1% encounter rate. Oh, I almost forgot. Music. Now, this person. Has a Kecleon and a Viper. If we get caught, we'll probably want Boo up front to deal with the Kecleon. Boo isn't really threatened by it. Hang on. We're gonna go ahead and pop a Repel. So that we couldn't get caught by a wild Pokemon on that shade, but that doesn't prevent us from getting caught by the trainer. And she does have level 30 Pokemon, so random trainers out and about are potentially dangerous here. So the unfortunate thing here is that we're going to give it stab boost to its feint attack, which I think is the only move that it can use against us. On the other hand, oh my gosh, you got a critical hit, really? On the other hand, that makes it possible for us to hit it with Nightshade, which if it had high... Oh. It did color change from Nightshade, right? Yeah, okay. I wasn't paying enough attention for a second there. Anyway, level 30, so Viper is going to know what exactly? I should know this already. Crunch, Glare, Screech, and Poison Tail. Okay, so we'll be switching in on a Crunch. I was thinking about going into Rosalina, or into Bulb. What are these move selections? Okay, well at least now we resist our poison type moves. Why is this Viper making me sweat? There we go. They're annoying. Okay, so those guys headed to Mount Pyre. We probably aren't going to go to Mount Pyre yet. We're also not going to the Safari Zone yet because we don't have the Pokeblocks that we need to prep for that. Okay. We got past the pair who have some very scary Pokemon. Are there any items worth grabbing on this route? We already have the berries. No, there are no items worth grabbing on this route. Which means we're going to skip Gentleman Walter on the left. There, on my left. Which means the only person left in Sapphire is a lady with a Pikachu. Bulb, that means that you are taking the lead. Oh, I forgot. It just directs me... Wait, it doesn't? Huh. I thought it was just pointing me toward the random item that was very plainly on the ground there. But no, apparently there's something up here. Ah, it's a nugget. Gosh dang it, I was working on getting rid of my full heals to free up bag space. Now, one thing we need to be aware of is that if we walk too close to the department store, we are going to wind up in a rival battle. So let's not walk toward the department store. So yeah, here is the Pokeblock making facility. Yeah, I don't think we have the Pokeblock case, and I don't recall if we're able to get it, or if we... I don't recall where we get it. I know that we're able to get it already. Lower the feel rating, the better it is. Low feel rating, high level. Love how there's just a random motel here that we can't stay at. It's definitely one of the things that confuses me in Pokemon games, is when there are random buildings that are very distinctive that you can go in, and then there's no point to them. So yep, there's our rival. And that's the Move to Leader's house. And here is the house where we get the TM for rest. Don't ask why I remember that, I just do. Why is there a max repel in, like, such a specific and noticeable place? Okay. Let's go do some Mount Higher stuff. No, I was already on speed up. And at some point we should probably grab a Pokemon that can fly us places so that we don't have to keep walking. before we do any Mount Pyre, okay, it's just a trainer. That's an item, though. Nice. TM19, is that Giga Drain? It is. Nice. To be fair, I think Giga Drain was the only useful item on that route. Alright, now I need to remember what we were backtracking all this way for. Oh, that's right. Probably should have checked where to get the Pokéblock case first. Oh, and it's necessary for the Safari Zone. Okay, Slateport City Contest Hall from a little girl. We're gonna want that. Next thing... Aha, Pokéblock Throwbug. Okay, I'm gonna want that. Contest Hall, little girl, we got the Pokéblock case. Alright. In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, I'm reading the Bulbapedia entry out loud for y'all so that y'all can follow along as well. In Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, instead of the escape factor having a minimum of 5% chance to flee, like the catch factor, the game is coded to set the escape factor to 1 if it would become negative due to a thrown Pokéblock. This means it is possible for the player to throw Pokéblocks such that a Pokemon's escape factor becomes exactly 0, and the Pokemon will have a 0% chance to escape. Exploiting this can make it very easy to catch Safari's own Pokemon, though it is worth noting that if the escape factor is ever equal to 1, the game will not reduce it further regardless of which Pokéblocks are thrown by the player. Due to an oddity in the programming of Pokéblock feeders, the distribution of wild Pokemon's natures is not even across each of the possibilities. This causes calm Pokemon to only spawn in 1/10 of encounters if a bitter Pokéblock is in the feeder, while careful nature Pokemon will occur in nearly 4/10 of encounters. This gives players an opportunity to greatly increase the effectiveness of their Pokéblock manipulation. Optimal strategy for exploiting this is as follows. Make these 3 single flavor Pokéblocks: 2 green, bitter, 1 red, spicy. Put the green Pokéblock into a feeder and start a wild encounter near that feeder. This can be done with yellow, pink, and blue, and green. Green is just the most effective. So, hang on. Sorry, I need to check a separate window. Okay, there's a bunch of random math. So I am just going to stick to the instructions here. So we need 2 green and 1 red. This is meant to be an online feature. I need bitter. Cherry is spicy. Chesto dry. Peach is sweet. Is Rost bitter? Rost is bitter. Pokeblock. Let's do another green. I think that went pretty well. Okay, and now I need a red. Okay, so let's double check our Pokeblock case. We have 2 green, 1 red. Nice. And as an extra thing, we are going to try and track down something that can fly, and you know what? We're going to go for my personal favorite flying HM slave, which sadly, well, from this generation anyway, which sadly we weren't able to get for our Nuzlocke because we didn't encounter it in its area. But we're going to go and grab a Skarmory. Skarmory can learn quite a few useful HM moves. Can learn Strength, Rock Smash, and Cut, which frees up some moves. It'll basically free up the entirety of our Zigzagoon. So with that in mind, let's run around until we encounter a Skarmory, and let's invoke Murphy's Law of Pokémon. Well, that is not what I expected from invoking Murphy's Law of Pokémon. I wasn't expecting the thing that I had the best matchup into. As y'all can see, Murphy's Law of Pokémon doesn't technically work, but I wish it did. And it feels like it does sometimes. I still regret not leading with Roselia when we got our encounter in this grass. I just wasn't thinking at the time. So yeah, obviously once we get a Skarmory, we won't be able to use it in battle. It's just going to be there for us to fly us around and smash rocks and push boulders and cut trees. It'll basically just be better than Zigzagoon for everything except surfing. Anyway. Boo. I think you should be safe to use Nightshade once. Nice. And we're not going to nickname it because it's not a team member. It is just there to be used for HMs. Sadly. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be able to use it, but we missed our chance. Also, pretty soon we will have pretty soon we'll have a Pokemon on our team that can learn Surf, and that will be very helpful. Oh, I almost forgot something, but I didn't, so real quick. Okay, first of all, fly. Oh, we could fly with Yoshi. Oh well, let's have a dedicated fly user. Strength. You can't learn strength? I could have sworn you could. Okay, this is slightly cheating, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Peach can learn strength, so we're just going to have her dead body push around rocks. I could have sworn that Skarmory could use strength. Alright, fly to Lava Ridge. And let's do a quick boulder pushing puzzle. Okay, there's the TM we wanted. I can't remember what's down here. I think it might just be a Firestone, in which case it'll be a complete waste of space. This is very appropriate music for this area, though. Okay, it is just a Firestone. And for some reason, stuff resets if it just gets off screen. Which is at least a little bit strange. But anyway. Alright. Now we'll fly back to Lily Cove and put Peach's corpse back in the box where it belongs. Um... Guys, I'm going to take a quick break for a minute before we go to try to catch, Heracross, because I need to duck into the bathroom. So, I'll be back in a minute. Try not to cause too many problems while I'm gone, and I don't know, build a better mousetrap or something. I would say that's a good activity for while I'm gone. Alright, hopefully y'all built some better mousetraps while I was gone. Anyway. Yep. Oh, okay, it has a table. I was going to do some math, but... Got it. Safari Zone catch rates. Yeah, so we're definitely going to start by throwing the Pokeblock. And again, this is not a guaranteed capture. This results in a minimum 75.88% chance for a Pokemon to be unable to flee. well, a 75.88% chance to catch the Pokemon. Now, are you sure you can't learn Strength? Dang it. Alright, let's double check where in the Safari Zone we can catch Heracross. Northeast. So we need to head to the northeast region without standing in any grass. And I just realized... Okay, northeast one requires the Acrobike to reach. That's helpful since that's what we already have. Thank you for the hydrate, Lastborn. Okay. Put a green Pokéblock into the feeder and start a wild encounter near that feeder, so... We've got a green Pokéblock. Gloom is not a valid encounter. But Heracross is. Okay, there's our Heracross. Start the wild encounter. When the battle starts, throw a spicy Pokéblock. That would be a red Pokéblock. Again, this isn't guaranteed. This is just the best chance to get it. Heracross is curious about the Pokéblock. That means it's got an escape factor 0. So now it shouldn't be able to run away, and we can chuck Pokeballs at it endlessly, or just get it on the first one. Sure, why not? Oh, what should we name our Heracross? It's female. I seem to get female Heracross every time. And, like, it's not a big deal in Generation 3, but in Generation 4 and later, male Heracross has the cooler horn. Oh, what shall we name this one? We're naming them after Mario characters, so Gertrude is not a valid option. Thank you, though, Be Marching. I mean, it is a bug, so I'm at least a little bit tempted to try and name it like Hazard Respawn. Which is an extremely specific reference, but... Oh, I'm trying to think what bugs exist in the Mario universe. Wiggler. We can name you Wiggler. It doesn't perfectly fit the vibe, but hey, we got what we needed. And now we retire from the Safari game. I can't believe we got that in a single Pokeball. You know, Mandibug would kind of work. At the same time, I know what Mandibugs look like, but that would have been better for Pinsir, to be honest. Pinsir was also in the Safari Zone. I just didn't want to go for it because in this generation it's just worse Heracross in every conceivable way. Let's see what the details are with Wiggler. Scuttlebug, is that from Mario? Ah, but that's a spider. Wait, Buzzy Beetle is a... I didn't even think of that. Buzzy Beetle is very literally a bug. Okay, we'll rename... I'll rename between streams. Because Buzzy Beetle would fit very well. Also, a sassy nature. What does a sassy nature do? Plus special defense, minus speed. Okay, that minus speed sucks. Because speed is very important for Heracross, and it has good speed, naturally. But what did I expect, given, well, this entire run? Also, we haven't looked at Goombario yet. Naive nature, that's... I mean, it's already frail, so that's not the worst thing. That's plus speed, I think? Yeah, it's plus speed minus special defense. And it's not like it was going to have good special defense anyway, but ouch on that, because that thing just got even more frail. Luckily, the only battle that I really have Goombario... Well, the main battle that I have Goombario slated for is where it's going to have to take physical attacks. Okay, first things first. We're gonna save. And then we're going to shift to waiting screen real quick. Because I decided I don't want to wait to rename Buzzy. And let's check their stats. Okay, at least it's packing a high speed and attack IV and a decent defense and HP IV. That's good. That'll help make up for it. That said, a total IV of 80 kinda sucks, but at least its only truly awful IVs are in special attack and special defense, which are the least relevant ones. It has hidden power fighting if we needed it. We don't. Absol, ooh, good attack IV and HP and special attack. Its defenses and speed are letting it down a little bit. Okay, anyway. Back to our gameplay. Why is this not working all of a sudden? Really? Sorry, having technical issues. It doesn't seem to want to recognize my controller. Like, it'll recognize it on every other screen, but it won't recognize the button pads on this one. Oh, hang on. Okay, it seems to have remembered that my controller exists and what the buttons are supposed to mean. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna have to switch off Skarmory now. Do we have a fight here? Looks like we have various grunts that we need to fight. But it doesn't look like we have a boss fight. Just a bunch of Hex Maniacs and the like to get through. Okay, for this, I think we're going to want to break out Goombario now. Are there any fights that we will need the other ones for? So we got a bunch of Psychics, a Breeder. most of our opponents will be carrying either Ghost, Psychic, or, weirdly enough, Fighting-type Pokemon. There are a couple others. Yeah. These guys should be able to deal with all of them. I should level up Gumbario. Double team, is that useful? It's better than Razor Wind. Okay, I remember. So if we want to do the outside, which is where the relevant stuff for us is, we kind of just go out here. Hang on. Yeah. Chimecho, our encounter here, is on the summit. So for now, we only really need to do the outside. Not even this portion of the outside as well. So I think it becomes the summit once we hit the area where it's foggy. I believe. Nope, because Vulpix is not on the summit. Fire only could be kind of interesting in Hoenn. Trying to think what issues it would give. Aha, here we are. Surely this is... Alright, this is where we want to be. Go ahead and lead with Boo for... ease of chip damage. So yeah, Shuppet is, as you can probably tell by now, by far the most common encounter up here, but there's a 13% Duskull chance and a 2% Chimecho chance. So obviously that means we're going to be encountering Shuppet a lot. It'd be hilarious if we managed to find Chimecho before finding Duskull. So how's everyone's day going? This isn't as bad as the 1% chance for Kecleon, but this is still pretty bad. I'm curious, what will Chimecho have at level 28? Yawn, Uproar, Takedown, and Confusion. Okay, so... positive, Boo is going to be immune to its entire moveset. Oh, we got our first Duskull. Chimecho! That didn't take too long. And we can safely hit it with 2 Nightshades to chip it down. Alright folks, we gotta start thinking of names. You know what? You deserve an Ultra Ball. What's associated with wind? Or, not wind, music. I'm trying to think. I know there are some creatures that, in the Mario universe, that are associated specifically with music, but I'm drawing a blank as to what they're called, or what they look like. I mean, there are the Amazy Daisies, but this doesn't feel quite like that. You know what? I don't think we'll have a better time to use this name. You can be Toadette. Alright, let's finish Mount Pyre now. Next one will be 2 Carvanas. I should really reorder Waluigi's moves. Okay, already cleared that area. Wait, I didn't... Dang it, I didn't lure him out from back there. It's not showing an Archie fight here, because I think he already has what he's looking for. Now, because I don't trust it, I'm going to save. And if there is an Archie fight here, then I will call that bull and reload the save so that I can genuinely prepare. So he took one orb, I took the other. And that's it. We are done with stuff in Mount Pyre. We could technically... We could technically go into Mount Pyre and do the stuff in there at some point, but we'll probably save that for pretty late, because while I think there are a couple of useful items, specifically, I'm pretty sure the TM for Shadow Ball is somewhere in there. Yeah, TM 30 Shadow Ball. Yep. So the TM for Shadow Ball is in there, but we don't need that right away. We don't have a pressing need for it. When we eventually get it, we're probably just going to teach it to Absol, because Ghost type moves have the same super effective coverage as Dark type moves, and Ghost type moves in this generation are physical. Which is important because Absol is a physical attacker, and we don't have a better way of making use of Absol's normal coverage. Basically, while we could teach Sableye Shadow Ball, I think it learns it through level up, and Absol is going to benefit from that TM a lot. Anyway. Let's shift around the party real quick, just so that we can say hi to the new guys. Let's move Skarmory into this box just to make it clear that we can't use it. And yeah. Would you look at that? We now have a Buzzy Beetle who has Swarm instead of Guts, so that's disappointing, but not really surprising. We have Toadette the Chimecho with a gentle nature. I think that's minus attack, in which case it might be good. Gentle plus special defense minus defense. To be fair, it's especially bulky Pokemon, but I would have preferred minus attack. That would have been calm. Anyway, we've got Toadette here, who has some useful utility moves like Yawn. That'll be very nice to make use of. That's the big one on Chimecho, but there are a couple others. Hang on one sec while I get my tabs organized on my other screen. Let's see, as far as support moves, we got Yawn, we got Heal Bell, Safeguard. Not too much else, but still, that special attack stat and special defense stat are no slouch for this run. Go ahead and level them up, and then we'll call it a stream. Thanks everyone for being here, though. It's been fun. We've made some good progress, despite only finishing one gym. I know it's a bit of a short stream for a Friday, but I got family in town, so gonna go hang out with them. Give them no end of grief about forcing me to end my stream early. Counter is definitely better than Fury Attack, if nothing else. Thanks for being here, people. So next time when we get back, we should be picking up with a bunch of story stuff intermixed with Tate and Liza in the Psychic type gym, and potentially, if we keep the pace up, the Water type gym as well. And hey, if we have a long time tomorrow, we might be able to finish the run, or we might not. Y'all probably know by this point that I like to take a day or two to plan for the Elite Four. I just prefer to dive into those intelligently, shall we say. And I've already made enough I've already taken enough dumb risks in this run. I don't need to keep doing so. Wait. Did I look at Sassy before? Yes, okay, it is plus special defense minus speed. Thank you for one final hydrate, last one. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, probably pretty early in the day. In the meantime, I appreciate y'all. I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks. Bye.